Prisons. Who resides within and why?
Today we incarcerate more people per capita than any other country in the world. We have more black men in prison today than were under slavery in 1850. We house the parents of almost 3 million of our community's children, and we become the new asylum, the largest mental health provider in this nation.
59% of prisoners are white, followed by 38% who are black. We have a giant portion of the population which is in prison for victimless crimes like drugs or drug addiction or drug sales.
Prisons don't work. The latest Department of Justice statistics say that almost 80% of people who go through the state prison system return within 5 years. So that's an 80% failure rate.
The prison is very segregated, okay? You either are with the blacks, the Mexicans, or the skinheads. Basically, you gotta pick a set. Either be a loner, which loners get picked on, get messed with, get beat up, or you need to be with a group.
We know that roughly 30% of the United States are minorities, but 60% of the prison population are minorities. So we have this incredibly racist system as well. But you take race out of it completely, and we still have a mass incarceration problem.
The Wall of Recidivism discusses 8 issues: family, criminal companions, low self-control, education or employment, leisure activities, substance abuse, antisocial attitudes, and antisocial patterns. All of these issues can begin to be resolved through federal programs for prisoners and those reintegrating into society. Effective programs are much more cost-efficient and beneficial than lengthy prison sentences.
I see so many guys come back on a daily basis, and when you inquire about what it was that brought them back, it's the lack of money management.
Go to see your parole officer and you don't have money, they will hold you.
Job or no job. And if you don't pay, you come back to jail.
Yeah.
I know one thing, I found myself selling drugs to pay back Pennsylvania.
Oh my God! So in order to pay for the program to keep him away from dealing drugs, he has to earn money drug dealing.
We're talking about people who leave prison to return to the same environment, probably renowned for high rates of delinquency. They're returning to exposure to the same factors as experienced prior to conviction, and so generally, you can only expect the same result, which would be criminal behavior.
When you're in prison, I mean, a lot of times you don't learn anything good because you're around criminals. And so most people learn to become worse criminals in jail.
Nearly every job application will ask a potential employee if he or she has ever been convicted of a felony, a question that in some cases will automatically disqualify you from getting hired.
It makes you a little uncomfortable. You get that anxiety when you get to that box. It's like, wow, how are they going to judge me, knowing that I committed this crime? How are they going to feel about this?
So what should we do? Here are some solutions.
Prisons need to provide humane environments where people can participate, contribute, and learn meaningful lives. We're learning how to do that. That's why I'm hopeful. We don't have to stay stuck in old ideas about prison. We can define that. We can create that. And when we do that thoughtfully and with humanity, prisons can be more than the bucket for failed social policy. Maybe finally we will earn our title, a Department of Corrections.
Making mats.
I get a little tired.
And making amends.
Everybody has a place that they can help with this process.
Hopefully, it'll go to a good homeless person.
If Fred can have an opportunity to go to a good home and he can change the environment that we in, that make me want to change the environment that I'm in, and that means I can do better also.
They are very stress relievers, Whenever you're down, the dog will happily pick you up. Most of these guys gave up believing that there was very much of value to them a long time ago. So when that dog loves them and trusts them, that starts to change how they feel about themselves.
Good boy. It's been really interesting to feel that emotion again, and it's good for us. It's healing.
Oh, they feel they have a purpose. They've all, you know, even though they're offenders, they still have a desire to give back.
Over 95% of all prisoners will eventually be released. So it's in everyone's interest that we try to give them a better chance at success, because under the current system, if they do manage to overcome all the obstacles we've set, it's a minor miracle.
We're in prison. This is time to get all the game plans together and prepare ourselves to go out there and use it.
This allows them to make them now inside the fence, to face up and talk to other people about them, not when they're outside in a crisis mode.
We know what to do. Education, job programs, and opportunities for people to actually have a life that is worth keeping.